So, rather than telling people what to do, I mean, there's different ways of learning, but rather than telling people what to do, because we can give examples of it, but creating the awareness of what people want and what people need. So creating awareness is like sharing with them that what worked and what didn't work, so that there's an awareness that, oh, that 5 minutes sitting in the waiting area matters. That's a level of awareness. Because we don't know that they had 3 hours and 5 minutes of sitting there, because they were sitting for 3 hours and 5 minutes to get to there, 3 hours and then 5 or 10 or whatever. So that awareness, rather than say, oh, do this when that happens, awareness makes it, gives them the choice. Because now you're aware of what we need to do, because every single situation is different.
Exactly. Like you can't just give everybody a piece of cake when somebody's can't have milk or dairy.
Right.
You know, it has to fit for the situation and the person. It has to be personalized at all times.
100%. Has to be, because the only one who's going to know what's right is the person in the moment. You know, when Lexi was talking to that woman about the trip down and the anger that she had over how it all went, only Lexi knew that anger in that moment. So if we had a policy that said, like Outback, I suspect has a policy that says if somebody complains about them, we give them two $20 gift cards.
A free appetizer.
Yeah, or the appetizer 1 year, right? They mailed me two 20s. I spent 80. They mailed me two $20. Like, that doesn't the math is wrong. Well, that's probably how our little system goes. And he wasn't that mad. So, having it be a system versus like that's why it ended up being $1,000 for the lady in her account versus 100, 200, even 300. It's not going to matter to her driving from there. It's like, screw you.
Yeah.
Like 300. I'm a $500 an hour attorney. So every situation is different. So there's no. So that's the difference between awareness and telling them what to do. Like nobody could say, oh, or you couldn't give a class on, oh, I know that in this situation I'm going to write a card, in this situation I'm going to do a phone call, and in this situation I'll do that. It's not A, B, or C. It's finger on the pulse and then awareness with human beings, awareness with people. So that was different because telling people what to do, what not to do is so limiting, because that just puts them in that box of the checklist, and then you don't have a human being there.
It kind of feels like, oh, I can write her this card, but I only have a blue pen, and I'm supposed to write it with a black pen, so I'm not going to do it at all.
Yeah, because the rules say this kind
it has to be with a black pen and not a blue pen.
Yeah. So, something else for the arsenal of service, because there's ways we can tell people that everyone that works here, do this way, do that way. More than anything, what we're going to continue to point out is the awareness of when stuff isn't working, when stuff is working, and then leave it in your hands, in your hands, in your hands to know, okay, I know this is not good, so something should be done. I don't know what, but at least I'll check in. Like, I know it's not good that somebody just walked out. That's not okay. I know I better do something about it. I don't know what to do. I'll call or whatever there is, but there's action that needs to be taken. I don't know what that action is. Or if somebody's upset right now in the moment, and don't play with it. Don't try to experiment with that. It's kind of like doing a corrective color when you are on the floor for a month. Don't mess with it. It's okay to say no. Like, you got somebody who's hot, pissed off, anger at any level. Don't try to be a superhero, because there's no right way, and you got to have some experience with that, definitely. And it's not, and there's no way to tell you, oh yeah, you have it because you did this, this, and this. We don't have a training program for that, so caution.
I was just thinking that. Flashing signs or something.
Do not try this at home.
Or at work.
Yeah, or here. This is your home. So awareness. Okay. And so next level of service. So there's some information that we want to take out of the computers and have you review, and they're going to be, so we're going to take top people, top, and then we're going to look at wherever you are for that particular day and see who's coming. Like I was just looking in here today, not just who's coming, but who has less than 5 visits. So less than 5. There's a woman in here who's with Melissa, who's been here, and even sometimes less than 5 is not really it, because they might have been here 5 times 10 years ago. So that's another grouping. But just a quick glance is looking at less than 5 on the screen, because if you look at less than 5, those people are not sold on us yet. They're not in there yet, so treating them like noobs. Or there's one that says has only 1 visit, so that's one classification, and less than 5. So there's 2 groupings that you could see those names, and recording those names at the location so that people know. And this probably is going to end up being a thing that's not a thing. Like, because if people don't naturally know to do this, they should start getting used to, I need to start looking at who's on the top 10 that's in today, who's on the top 100 that's in today. I should start paying attention to that and knowing. But what I would like you to do with those lists, when we create those lists, is not just doing a stock thing for those people, but finding out who those, asking the questions of our people who do those people. Tell me about Lori.
Does she like basketball? Does she watch the Super Bowl?
Right.
What kind of chocolate does she like?
Right. And if you see her on Facebook, if you see anything about her on Facebook.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah, so a little stalking, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that you can see my granddaughter was just born or something like this, or something around that. So that there's actual, this is part of the thank you department, rather than the button pushing. Oh, here's your gift card, bang, bang, boom, here's your, but it's a thought out, it's not a point, it's not points, it's none of that, it's you've been our friend in our family for a long time. Like I'm preaching to you, like that. So, but anybody else who's listening, it's more about, was that Melissa? I think it was, because that's that woman who, not
So young.